What up, Stackers? Big Stack McGee here. How are you doing today? It is Saturday, March 12th, and it's a beautifully sunny but frigid day outside. And I'm filming a video response to a video put out by Bionic Fishy Fish, affectionately known as Fish. And his video challenge was, "What's your guilty pleasure in stacking?" And I thought about that for a while because it's like I've been pretty rigid in the last couple of years with what I stack. Usually when I look at my stacking career, so to speak, I'm trying to find as much as I can, as close to spot as possible. Trying to avoid as much premium as possible, but there is some times where I avoid that principle because, for exactly what he said, it's a guilty pleasure. Most of you that have been following me for any amount of time know that I really like silver bars in general. It's one of the ways that I can collect because there's so many different kinds of silver bars out there, and most of the time you can find silver bars for some of the cheapest premiums around, although right now it's hard to find low premium silver of any kind. But so these are some examples of some silver bars that are vintage, and I may have had to pay more than the usual prices for them. So I'll just give you a few that I was able to pull out to show you. So here's an old golden analytical 10-ounce silver bar. Some dings, and we like to say that a lot of the individualistic ways that these bars look, gives them character and stuff. So there's a 10-ounce bar. Here's a 20-ounce loaf, also from Golden Analytical. I feel like, if I remember correctly, I picked these up from Monarch Precious Metals. They used to sell aftermarket bars before before they got flooded with requests. I don't think they do it anymore. I think they only have their own stuff now, but I'm pretty sure I picked these up from them. All right, what else we got here? Here's a cool one. A 25-ouncer AGS 999, 25 troy ounce. It's definitely got some dings. Serialized. And you can also see pour lines. See if I can't get there you go. Got those nice little grooves. So this definitely was poured. Pretty sweet. Nice hefty chunk. All right, another 25-ouncer Constitutional Mint. USS Constitution ship. 99 fine. Look at that. It's a really cool texture there. That's why I dig these things. You don't find these as often anymore. I mean, I bet you if you went right now to eBay, of course you'd be able to probably find a bar like this, and I didn't check, but they just come up rarely. So, and probably if you do find it on eBay, I'd be really curious what the premium on something like this would be. You might find people asking for almost double, so a silver price for something like this. All right, look at this one. Royal Canadian Mint 10-ounce silver bar. I have not come across a lot of these. Now, I have quite a few other Royal Canadian Mint bars, the more modern kind, but I have not come across many of these. Kind of a smooth mirror finish. Of course, all dinged up through the ages. There you go. Cool. Here's an odd weight silver bar. Star Metals, 10.35. Again, love the texture and the crustiness of this bar. Sometimes we like our silver as shiny as possible, right? And as perfect as we can find. And then other times it's like, you know what? Screw that. I want something a little bit more individualist. So, okay. Nice little, tiny little chunky 10.35 ounce Star Metals. All right, moving on. Johnson Matthey poured silver, or maybe cast, I'm not sure. No, it's definitely poured. I see the pour lines there with a little cooling dimple right there. This is a really squat little bar. Obviously thick. older for sure. And you can see the pour lines run right underneath that logo. Really dig this bar. I bet you I paid, boy, I don't know what the silver price was at the time, but I guarantee you I paid $4 or $5 over spot for this. So definitely consider it to be a guilty pleasure. And you don't come across them often. So every now and then, even as tried and true stacking philosophies dictate, try to find low premium silver, I just couldn't pass it up. All right. Ooh, this one, Ohio Precious Metals. You know, it's funny, for the first several years, I bet you 4 or 5 years as I was stacking, I'd come across one of these as a listing on eBay. And I would want it in the worst way, just because, I don't know, I just liked it. It was cool. Loved the, the poured silver. But they always carried such a premium, and so at one point I was able to score one closer to spot, and I was very, very happy. And there's nothing super special about it. It's just that I like the design. It's real simple, and I didn't have one, so that required me to take measures to put that on my wish list, and I ended up getting one. So very cool. All right, I have a few Engelhard bars on this list too. Engelhard, of course, carries a little bit of a premium these days. They're not being made anymore. This was considered generic silver back when they were being produced, of course. But once they stopped, not so much. It's got a cool, they call these a waffle pack because of how the texture is. And I've got a few Engelhard bars. I think I have a Engelhard stacking video at some point a few years ago, but this just one grabbed my eye because, again, when I picked it up, it was like, this one had the waffle back, and I didn't have one like that, so I thought, yeah, I gotta have that. All right, one more. This is one of the first Engelhard bars that I picked up, and I was really lucky with this one. I bought an Engelhard bar. This was from Provident Metals back in the day. If I had to guess, I'd say it was probably 9 years ago, 9 or 10 years ago. And I'm sure I have an unboxing video with this in it way back then. But I was super surprised to get this. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting one of the, the pressed bars or extruded bars. But, and I think I probably paid $3 over spot for this, and I was super lucky to get this because this carries a massive premium. If you try to buy one of these on eBay, you're definitely going to be paying more for that. So they call this the Engelhard bar with the bull logo, and it's definitely more of an old school Engelhard bar. All right, and the last one here today, Guilty Pleasures. Johnson Matthey poured 20-ounce bar, and this thing is just warped and crazy. If you look at this from a side profile, first of all, there's some really cool chunky divots here, but this does not lie perfectly flat. It's got a little bit of a rock to it as I push on it, so it's not like perfectly square or anything like that. It's pretty gnarly. There you can see it's got a little bit of a bend to it. But this is definitely an older bar. You can see that it is poured. It's weird because it's long and flat. Not flat, but you know what I mean. Its profile is very thin, is what I meant to say. And I honestly, I don't remember what I paid for this, but this was a really cool one. If you go back and look for an old video, this is back when I bought a lot from Provident, but they were selling these Zombucks rounds, and I bought a whole tube of their first issue. And at the time, I couldn't believe it. Like, just within the 2 years of them coming out, they were selling for almost $50 a piece on eBay. And so I ended up selling all of them one by one, actually, except for one, which I kept that's at home. But I sold 19 of them for about $50 a piece, and it was almost, $28 profit per, and I used the profits from that to secure this. And I remember that this was nothing I would have bought on my own, except that I profited from the sale of those Zombucks rounds. So that's a video, again, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, something like that. But so I was really happy that I was even, I was very, very thrilled, because I would never have just spent the money on this, right? So in my mind, it was like, well, I basically sold 19 ounces of silver, got 20 ounces of silver, but it cost significantly more than spot price. So this is probably my extreme guilty pleasure right here. So there you have it. And again, Fish is just a really great stacker. It's so entertaining. He's got so much to say on the topic. If you've not subscribed to him, you need to go check out his channel, Bionic Fishy Fish. I'll put a link in the description. And if you get a chance to film a video response of your guilty pleasure in stacking, I think it's a lot of fun. So looking forward to seeing all those videos. But that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for watching. This is Big Stack McGee. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll be back at you next time. Take care.